We're here again with another Bible verse, and we're so glad to have you here with us. Today's lesson is about hearing from God and getting the answers you often need, and at the same time, having the confidence that you're making the right decision, God's decision. Life is full of decisions from the time we're children all through life until we reach our final days. You probably don't remember when you were young and learned to speak your first words. Most children start with the same first words, mommy and daddy, or some versions of the same. But in the middle of the list of most common first words is the word no, as children learn to make decisions. Our first decisions were probably when our mom or dad told us to do something or not to do something, and we had to decide what to do. Would we obey, or would we choose to do something different? As life progressed, choices and decisions were about how we would use our spare time, or how we would dress, or who would we hang out with. Would we play sports, or paint pictures, or maybe dance, or swim, or devote our time to music? Would we be educated in vocational school, or go to university, or travel, or work? Life is constantly full of decisions needing to be made. Let's fast forward to our lives today. If we know the Lord and we realize that we've been called and purposed for a certain job, we still have day-to-day choices to make concerning which lane or path we'll take. Sometimes we're surprised by the jobs God calls us to. We may feel unworthy or untrained or inexperienced for a certain role. Or maybe we're called to a new place or even a new country, and we may like the idea but just aren't sure if it's the right choice for us, God's choice. How can we be sure and make the right decision? This is a time to go to God's Word. What does He say about it? We can also check with godly counselors or friends. It's a time to listen to that still small voice in your heart when you're alone with God. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit. Sometimes when I've been faced with life-changing decisions, I've even had guidance dreams. Jeremiah 33:3 says, "Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things you don't yet know." And Proverbs 3:5 and 6 tell us to trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. These are wonderful promises of God's guidance in our lives, which you can commit to memory and know that when you need help and guidance, He will be there to help. All of these are helpful, if not essential, ways to find God's will for your life. But what if you've tried all these and you're still not sure? You don't want to miss God's will, though you know this is something you really want to do. And this brings us to our Bible verse for the day, Psalm 37:4. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and He shall give thee the desires of thine heart. What does it mean to delight yourself in the Lord? This is an action of taking great satisfaction or joy in God, to please Him, to be His loving child. I used to think this verse meant that God would give me anything I wanted, my desires. And yes, that could be partially right, but if we are delighting ourselves in the Creator of the universe, then He puts those desires in our hearts. In other words, if you've been seeking God with all your heart and asking Him to get your own will out of the way, but it seems that certain desire just won't go, you might consider that it's God Himself who put it there, and that He is guiding you, and in fact has put that desire in your heart. You can make that choice and move ahead, knowing that where God guides, He also provides. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4. Thank you for being with us today. I hope what you've heard here will encourage your heart or help you in your quest to find God's perfect will for you. Please do join us again soon. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done that.